Hope you all can hear me. It's kind of within the witching hour. And I just felt the need to discuss some things that have been bothering me and use that as a way to give an intuitive live oracle consultation for those who are just on the same wavelength and who are setting some serious intentions for the new year. This is the month of December, and this is going to be a great month to tie up any loose ends, to clear your slate. And um, these are just some of the messages that I've been getting that I feel can help. So, the first thing is for women in general, but particularly Black women. Peace, Glenn. So, for Black women, and when I say the things that have been bothering me, just like the things that have kind of been on my mind to the point where I have to get it out and I feel like I have to give this message. So Black women, what we're doing this year, we are supporting each other's business, we're promoting each other's business. More importantly, we're buying each other's products. We're buying our friends products that are good, that are quality. We're promoting our friends, our family members. We're promoting the women we know. We're showing real sisterhood. Um, we are not competing with each other for Black men. we're not pick me women. We're not out here looking stupid and competing with each other and coddling Black men because we're so desperate to be accepted by Black men. Um, we're not wearing bonnets. Sorry for those of you all who are left behind or are unaware. Um, but we're not wearing bonnets. We're growing our natural hair long and beautiful, and we are appealing to other races of men and women through our beauty. We are not covering our hair up to make white women comfortable, as was the law during antebellum slavery. Memo Black women, we're not wearing bonnets. We're growing our natural hair long. All right? Or we're wearing our natural hair with pride. We are not covering up, Black women. We're not covering our hair. We're not killing our hair. We're not going blonde. So this is what we're doing, sisters. What we're not doing is we're not arguing with Black men about anything. A lot of us are not even dealing with Black men at all. More power to you all. You understand keeping your peace. Again, Black women, what we are doing, we are keeping our peace, and that is imperative that you block out Black men's negativity. We're not arguing with the passport bros about their decision to go overseas. We're not arguing with Black men who hate Black women and their choice to not date us. We're not giving Black men who do not date Black women, who are not with a Black woman, any time of day, any energy, any power whatsoever, unless we are paid to deal with them. If you are at work, if you are doing business, if you're in a corporation where you have to make money, and making money requires you to cordially deal with Black men who openly hate Black women and their choice to not marry one of us. That's okay. What we are not doing, Black women, is we are not condoning Black men's hatred of Black women and Black men who are bringing non-Black women into our community to steal our resources. We're not condoning that unless we are benefiting directly financially. Some of you sisters are not, you have not really gotten these memos at all. Some of you black women are still covering up your hair. You still don't know how to do your own hair. And you're learning the hard way by going to these other black women that hate you, who call themselves hairstylists. And then you're getting on TikTok and you're complaining about the terrible service that you're getting from black women hairstylists who hate you. We're not doing that. We're doing our own hair. We're acting like African women. We're not arguing with black men. We're not arguing with black men about anything. We're too busy buying each other's products. We're too busy promoting other black women's businesses to argue with black men about their decision to openly hate us, openly ridicule us, openly go seek women of countries that they feel are weaker than them to demean. We are celebrating the black men getting as far away from us as possible so we can flourish. Those of us who still are here for whatever godforsaken reason, which is my last point. Black women, we're not in America no more. Now, I, unfortunately, at this time am, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sisters, we're not in America. We are in Wakanda, okay? We're in Africa. We are in paradise, black women. We're not feeding into the American culture. We're not we're not getting into all these things that mean we have to go get certified by white structures and certified in real estate and a degree in this and a degree in that. We're supporting each other's businesses. We're taking our talents and our skills and we're bringing them to places where people pay us for them, where they're appreciated. Black women get the memo of what we're doing, sisters. Because some of y'all are still arguing with black men about what your value is and why they prefer women of other races, as if you don't already know and get it and accept it. Some of you all are still like wearing bonnets and covering your hair up and don't know how to do your hair and have no connection to your crown. You know what I'm saying? We're not there, sister. We're queens. We have our crowns and we're taking responsibility for how we look. We're taking responsibility for our beauty. Um, I let I hope y'all can hear me. I'm gonna make sure y'all can hear me. Um, so along that line, again, women in general, but mainly, as my brand is mainly to heal black women too. Um, Along that line of eliminating stress, and not and keeping our peace. Women in general, particularly black women. Um, Keeping your peace is directly related to who you deal with, who you allow in your life. Um, we're not letting our toxic mothers dictate our life, ruin our relationships. We're not letting our toxic female friends um, ruin our relationships, ruin our career path, embarrass us, make us look bad in public, give us bad advice, or just keep us in a comfort zone so much to where we become a failure. All right, sisters, women of the craft, and men too. Um, we are not allowing other people to interfere with us and our goals, us and our desires, us and what we have manifested, us and our gift, our blessing. We're not allowing people, toxic people, to interfere. We're not allowing people who do not reflect us to take a stakehold, to eat off of our plate, to sit at our table, to sleep in our bed. If you get my drift. Show me your 5 friends. Show me the 5 things you do every day. Show me the 5 people who you associate with every day, and I'll tell you who you are. That goes for what you watch every day, what music you listen to every day, what your routine is every day, and who you speak to regularly. If the 5 people who you are closest to do not reflect your highest self, your highest potential, your goals, where you see yourself, how you want to live, this is your cue to change that. And it is your responsibility to disassociate with trauma, with drama, with addictions, with toxic people who are leeching, with energy vampires, with your exes, with any source of stress, any source of demonic activity. And we're not making excuses for other people anymore. All right? So again, black women, we're not making excuses for black men. We're not arguing. We're not, and I'm reiterating that because a lot of sisters are in black people in general. Um, but this is to anyone listening. A lot of people are in very toxic relationships, and you all are not independent. You're not taking accountability for how you live, and you're blaming the people around you, and you are putting the accountability on people around you, and you're not taking accountability for the fact that you are the people around you. Black men, you all actively hang around and call them your best friends, and your best man, and this that, and these men cheat on their wives. These men molest younger girls, or what I'm saying, these men are manipulating weaker people, robbing, stealing, whatever. These men are doing dirt, and you condone it, and you take no accountability for correcting the men in your life. But you as a black man, because you married a black woman who you also cheat on, who you don't really love, some of y'all, you're secretly gay, and you marry these women, and you give them the status of having a husband, and you know that you desire men. You know that you know that you're living a lie and living a farce, which is your business. But this is just an example of how a lot of people are in relationships just for the look, for the show, to not be alone. And um you all are accountable for your relationships. It's not society, it's not the people you're around. You're accountable for who you're around and how they reflect you and how happy you are. And when you protect your peace, you do not make excuses for the people around you for how they may disturb your peace. You are the people around you. So your best friend has some type of addiction. You don't want to be associated with it. You got to find a new set of friends. You know, your best friends are involved in criminal activity or legal activity. You're going to get called to court right along with them. Look at this P. Diddy case, and everyone trying to fly all over the place, trying to hide from getting subpoenaed. So think about that spiritually too. What you condone in your life, what you condone from the people around you, is who you are. And is your responsibility to disassociate with people who realistically you don't approve of who they are, their lifestyle, their beliefs, their thoughts. If you have outgrown a friendship, outgrow it. But it's better to keep growing. And so many people never grow because they are comfortable being somebody's wife, being someone's husband, being someone's daddy, being someone's best friend, being someone's daughter. And that's another thing. Moving on, um, Black people have a serious slave syndrome with allowing your mothers to dictate every aspect of your life. When you grow up, the Bible says, leave your mother and father and cling to your wife. And that's for men. But for a lot of you Black women too, Um, you're single because your mother is single. You're not finding a man because you have a single mother and she has too much of a stakehold in your life. Black men, you have a single mother. You're single because you're letting your single mother dictate your life. A lot of you all think it's some type of sin to cut your mother off and live your life for you. 100% of people who fail because they will not cut the umbilical cord to their mother. If you're living with your mother and you're over the age of 30 and you're living with your single mother, not your parents, you're living with your single mother and you are an adult, you have failed and you are failing. And I can guarantee you are failing at your goals, at your ambitions, at accomplishing, at achieving, because you are still an infant. Mentally, emotionally, you're still an infant, and your mother infantilized you and made you inept and inadequate in society because she needed a perpetual child to control, and that's what you are. You're probably, you are to your mom's rescue because she didn't take the responsibility of having a husband and having a partner or being the type of woman that people wanted to be around in the event that she did have a partner and he died. That is one of the exceptions. A woman who did have a husband and understands what it's like to answer to a man's authority, and she lost that, meaning she gave you a father, meaning she was feminine enough and woman enough to provide you with a stable father and a stable home before she had you. Everything else, your toxic single mother, because the fact that she's a single mother means at some point and somewhere in her life, she is toxic and was toxic and probably always will be. Let people's behavior, let their lifestyle tell you who they are. Do people change? Absolutely. But you will know who someone is by what they do regularly. Someone made a mistake years ago. That woman is now married to a man who loves her regardless of the fact that she had a baby by another woman, by a baby by another man. There are plenty of women who made a mistake and then corrected that, and they got married the second time around, and they chose better the second time around. But when there is a single mother who has adult children living with her, that whole situation is toxic. And that goes for single mothers who, have adult children solving their problems for them. Be in their life as if they're you're if you don't, women in general, but especially black women, because you got to understand other races of men don't have these problems. Are not, they don't come from slavery, and most of the world has been colonized, but a lot of other races and creeds and tribes have not been. And those are the superior men. um do not deal with a man who is putting his mother first in life. That is not a man. That's a child. Deal with a man who has made a safe space to put a woman first. Not a man who has to put his baby mama first, put his ex-wife first, put his mama first, put his daughter first. Never date a man who has other women that he is putting first. If you yourself do not have other men in your life that you are putting first. If it's a free for all and no one can commit because everyone's life is all in shambles, then yeah, y'all do what y'all do and sleep with each other like slaves. But if you have self-respect and dignity and you want a commitment, never deal with any man who is showing you in his lifestyle that he has to put his single mother before you. If a man cannot check his mother, he will not be a good husband. Checking his mother is the first direct way to let you know that he knows how to set boundaries with women. And if a man can't check his mother, he's not going to check any other woman to put his wife first. He will cheat on you, he'll lie to you, he'll put you last, he'll neglect you, and he'll keep you up like some commodity that he's earned just because he wanted you and asked you. No, if you want peace, if you are out here and you can make your own money and you're an adult and you don't need to sleep with someone for money and this and that, and you just want peace, don't deal with no man who has a toxic mother. Don't. Don't deal with a man raised by a single mother. If you want to just avoid it altogether. If he can't talk about his parents that were together in a marriage, he's probably not marriage material. I don't care what he has. He emotionally and mentally is probably not mature enough to lead a household. He's still running up, sucking his mom's tit every time it lactates. Every time she calls, every time she needs attention, every day, he's dealing with his mom. That's his wife. Stay away from men who are incest with their mother. These men have incestuous relationships with their mother. Don't put up with it. Don't befriend men like this. Because understand something, you all. You take on your friends' problems. The more friends you have, the more problems you will have. Because whatever problems your friends have become your problems. And that's what I'm saying. If you have plans and goals, you cannot be associating with people who are full of problems. And this goes on to my next point. Again, Black people in particular, but people in general, people who have to work with others. Black people, you got to understand something about subtle racism. Subtle racism is when a white person comes to work with an attitude all the time, and what they're doing is they are expressing um the fact that they don't like being in the same position as a Black person. They don't like the fact that you as a Black person are working the same job that they are. They're in the same position as you. And a lot of times, sometimes they're in a subordinate position. There's a lot of Black people who have worked their way up and who are more skilled and more qualified to be in management positions, leadership positions, and you're in a higher position and you're getting paid more than that white person. When that white person comes to work with an attitude full of drama, always toxic, they're never having a good day, that's subtle racism. That's their way of expressing the fact that they don't like being equal or less than a Black person, financially, status-wise. They they watch these movies, or they have parents that grew up in a time where Black people were always beneath the white person. And even if the Black person was more skilled and more intelligent, because they were Black, they were in a lesser position, getting paid less because of racism. And a lot of you Black people, you have forgotten that these are the children of racists, and they're putting on a great act with this liberal agenda, and at the end of the day they can't stand the fact that they are equal or lesser to you financially. So stop thinking your coworkers are never your friends. And a lot of these your Black coworkers are not your friend. They'll get close to you, and then they'll do reconnaissance for the white people that they're really trying to suck up to keep their job. And then when that person gets fired, or when the white person, when the white people team up against that Black person because they're a weaker target than you are, who is unapologetically Black, then they'll want to cozy up to you. Then they'll really want to show sisterhood. Then they'll really want to talk about racism and stuff. But your white coworkers are not your friends. Your Black, those Black ass kissing token niggas is not your friends either. These crackers is not your friend. And one way to notice is that they always have a bad attitude at work. They're always in a bad mood at work. They're not in a bad mood. They're in a great mood when they have to work with the other white people. They're in a bad mood because working with you reminds them that They're not better than black people. And a lot of you black people have forgotten that white people think that they're better than you. You've forgotten that about the Caucasian. You've forgotten that they think that they're better than you. They do, and they're not. So stop treating your coworkers like they're your friends. They don't like you. I don't care how much they smile in your face. I don't care how much they ask you questions to try and flatter you. Stop. Don't have deep conversations with your coworkers. Don't let them know things about you and where you work and how much you make, this and that. A lot of these white people, they feel entitled to what you have as a black person, and they feel entitled to know what you're making and where you work and what this and that, because then they want you to get them in to where you are. Don't talk to white people. Black people. Like, just get to Africa. Stop being confused about the times that we're in. White people don't like you. They're racist. They think they're better than you, and they will do anything to take what you have. They are not making it out here in this economy. With all of the riches and white privilege they have, you black people, particularly black women, are doing way better than these white people out here. Stop talking to them. Go support black women's business. Buy black women's products and services, eat at their restaurants, and leave these black men and these crackers in the dust. In case y'all sisters ain't get the memo. And just for spiritual people in general, don't let your coworkers drain your energy. People who come to work and they're always toxic, they're never in a good mood. When you go to work and you're happy and you're good in a good mood and you're happy with your job and you're doing your job enthusiastically, people don't like you because they're like, how dare you be happy? I don't like this job. I don't like my life. I don't like how I look. I don't like the fact that I have to work and that the fact that I can't go on vacation and get paid for it on TikTok. How dare you be happy with the fact that you have to work a regular job or a service job and serve other people? And you should be. You should be grateful that you have a job. Because the people who have the attitude and think that someone owes them a tip and think that someone owes them something when it's their job to work and serve someone else, those people will not have a job soon. Mark my words. Anyone who thinks that they're entitled to someone tipping them when they're getting paid more than minimum wage, that they're entitled to whatever they think they're entitled to, they're not. You're entitled to go work your hardest. You're entitled to give people the best service that warrants you getting a tip. You're not entitled to anyone else's money. You're not entitled to anyone else's resources. And people who come to work with an attitude instead of gratitude that they even have a job and that things are not worse, mark my words, they will not have that job soon. They will not be at that place of work soon. People will complain about them. People are going to say, I don't enjoy working with this person eventually. It may not be you, but eventually enough people will people who have more time than you do will take the time to complain and say, this person's toxic. I don't like working with this person. They're this and that. And if it's not your coworkers, the customers will complain about that person and they will not have that job anymore. So if you are around a toxic coworker, it is your responsibility to sage. It's your responsibility to wear crystals in your bra, in your purse, in your pocket. It's your responsibility to keep a sacred necklace tucked under your clothes that has crystals, that has whatever you need to protect yourself, your earrings, whatever you're wearing in your hair that is to protect yourself. It's your responsibility. Some of you sisters do want to cover up your hair at work because you want to protect yourself from the toxic energy. That I understand. You're not wearing no fucking bonnet at work. I know that much. I know it better be a cute ass scarf. Because if you black women are not taking responsibility for your beauty and your looks, you are the reason why black men are going to other races. You are intentionally looking ugly. You are intentionally making black women look bad because you don't like who you are. So if you don't know how to do your hair to be beautiful and to be sexy, you're the problem. and you have not gotten the memo. And honestly, I'm not going to keep telling y'all this. I'm just going to let y'all be single with your toxic mothers the rest of your life and be used up by black men for their legacy while they go sleep with actually beautiful women who put femininity first, not bossing men around and telling them what they should and shouldn't do and why. You know what I'm saying? So, black women, if you need to cover up your hair because the energy at work is so toxic, you better be making it look as sexy as possible. I am so sick of you black women succumbing to racism to where you're covering up your beauty and you're making excuses as to why you don't look beautiful. Why your hair is not a reflection of our lineage, of our tribal lineage. You black women, y'all look like slaves. And that's your fault. And that's why black men do not want to deal with black women. And you all are accountable for that. And you black women, stop being friends with black women who do not want to do better as women, namely your mothers. Let's stop making excuses for people. But again, if you're in a toxic work environment, it's your job to get online and find another job. It's your responsibility to do whatever cleansing, healing, and protection rituals that you need to do to protect yourself. Let's grow up a little bit, people. Um, your your coworkers are not your friend. Your coworkers don't like you. They don't like the fact that you're happy. They don't like the fact that you got something else going on. They don't like the fact that you're in a band and still doing music, even though you're over the age of 40, or some of you over the age of 50, and you still have ambitions and dreams that you're pursuing. They don't like the fact that you're spending your free time with raising your children, being a better spouse, spending time with your family, pursuing your ambitions. Everyone's going out and drinking and gossiping and doing whatever because they don't have anything going on in their life. And that's another thing. Um, um, a lot of us is not gonna be drinking like that this year. The mocktail business, I want to promote Vero Elate, and she's got one of my best friends. She's got a mocktail business now. She's been bartending forever. Now she's serving a lot of healthy drinks with tinctures and different teas, and that is also what we're doing. Adulting means we're taking care of our bodies, we're taking care of our look, we're taking care of our skin, our hair, our nails, and we're doing that by what we eat. We're not doing that with plastic surgery and cosmetics. We're not wearing weave, and we're not doing the toxic fake eyelashes and fake nails and stuff. Some of you black women have not gotten the memo. We are taking care of ourselves by what we put in our body and by the type of people we associate with. So if you are more at peace when you are single than you are when you are dating this person, married to this person, living with this person, being friends with this person, if your friends take away your peace, disassociate. If your friends are draining your energy, if your friends are becoming too clingy, if your friends are doing things that you consider immoral or toxic, disassociate. The Bible talks about, Christ said one parable like, it's better to cut off your hand and throw it away than to have your whole body get cast into the fire. So it's better that you cut off one member of yourself and disassociate with one member than your whole body and soul being sentenced to hell. It's better to go to heaven with one hand or one arm or one leg than it is for your whole body to go to hell. So if y'all don't take that seriously now, leap year has happened. So whatever portals you open during leap year, that's where you finna leap ahead forward, spring forward to. Take your salvation seriously. You have to draw the line between who's coming with you and who is really going down a different path. You can love people and stay on your path. You can cherish memories with people and go in a completely different direction that leads to your happiness, to your salvation, and to your peace. Or you can make the necessary changes to do better and keep up with your friends who are going in a toward paradise when you're spiraling downwards. And some of you all have to really admit that. And I know it's happening because I'm listening to people on TikTok, and I'm listening to these compilations of Americans just complaining and people complaining and complaining and complaining. And no one's simply grateful for what they have. Everyone wants what someone else has. And that's the number one problem. Appreciate your job, appreciate the people in your life, and if you can't appreciate, and if they're depreciating the value of who you are, disassociate and get a new group of friends. Some of you all are too immature to excel in life because you can't get out of your bubble. You can't get out of your comfort zone. You can't get to out there in the world as your full self and go meet people and be who you are and meet new people. You need a crutch. You need your best friend who's toxic, who's got all these bad traits and things like that, but you need a crutch because you can't go out into the world with your full confident self. You need your mother to fall back on if things fail, and this and that. And you know, if you're making the decision to live life on crutches by maintaining these toxic relationships with people, that's on you. That's your fault when you're 50, 60, 70, and you have not accomplished your goal. When you're 50, 60, 70, looking for love, living with your mom. That's going to be on you. And if that's where you're headed, this is your message. And if you are over the age of 60 and you're living with your mom, you need to get online and you need to get on TikTok and you need to tell the younger generation how you ended up there, and you need to make yourself useful by at least giving people guidance so they can learn from your mistakes. Be useful somehow. A lot of you all are not even willing to say what's bothering you, what's going on in your real life to be useful to anyone else. You can't even be honest with the world. Some people are brave enough to at least get online and complain about how unhappy they are. Even they went to college, they did that, they did this, that, and they're unhappy. They can't make ends meet. But at least they're brave enough to at least express it, because half of them, they can't afford therapy. That's why people are on TikTok. People are so broke they can't afford a therapist. So they have to tell TikTok. And at least they are healing. They are healing by getting up and expressing even to strangers how they're feeling. And some of you all, you can't even just do that. You can't even just be honest with yourself about who you are and how you're living and how you're feeling about anything. And you live your life sleeping from woman to woman, using up women, using women for sex, and using people, leeching off of people's energy, getting with people because you're jealous of them, you're jealous of what they have, you're jealous of how they're living, so you sleep with them and try and ruin this and ruin that with them. And you hate your life, you hate your wife, you hate your kids, you hate these things, but you want to act like you're so in love when this and this and that, when you go around trying to befriend people or sleep with people or cheat around. And at the end of the day, a lot of you people, you creep into people's lives because you're jealous of them, you're jealous of what they have, and you want to manipulate people into thinking, oh, I like you, I'm your friend, or yeah, I'm, oh, let's creep around and I might leave my wife for you or leave my husband for you, or this and a lot of you people, you don't you you're jealous of people, so you want to manipulate them into thinking that you like them when you just want access to their life because you're so miserable with your job and your marriage and your family or whatever you do and don't have. And you got to understand, this is the world we live in now. We live in a world where no one is genuine. And the least you can do is, if you're over the age of 60 and you're living with your mom, and your single mom is toxic and got you living in this way, at least you can get online and tell people the truth. Tell these young men the truth. You grown men living with your mom, tell these young men the truth about how you ended up that way. Tell them the truth. Tell them to go get a good paying job. Tell them to not pursue some hobby. Tell them to pursue a job that's really going to pay really good, so they can choose what woman they want to be with, and they can afford to take care of her, and she will respect him because he made a way for himself in this world without his mother. Be honest with these young dudes. Ladies, be honest with these young girls. Let them know. Don't be up under your mother. Go out into this world. Focus on your beauty. Focus on your intellect. Don't be out here stupid dealing with any old man just to have one. Stop having babies. Your mothers don't like y'all. Black women, your mother does not like you. Okay. So she not, what I'm saying? She not gonna tell you, if your mother is single, she don't like you. And if she's married, she probably don't like you, but because you had a father in the home, she had to check herself because your father loved you. So your mom had to act like she liked you. Black women, you hate your daughters. Black daughters, your mother hates you. I don't know how else to say it. So at the end of the day, ladies, if you out here obese, single, like your miserable single mother, out here never escaped the religious structures and the religious trauma, never escaped these religious ideals that keep you faithful to men who hate you, keep you answering to mothers that hate you, keep you raising children who don't respect you because you're so entrenched in your religious values. And this goes for a lot of women, but a lot of black women, you let Christianity has ruined your life. And some of you sisters, Christianity has made you a lot better. So I'm not blaming Christianity or the teachings. I'm blaming the religious structures that put a woman beneath a man, that put a woman beneath her mother, that put a woman beneath her children, that make a woman a doormat for everyone and she never takes care of herself. You stupid women who allowed religion to make you something less than a woman who loves herself. You're stupid. You got brainwashed, you got manipulated, you never rebelled. You were too stupid to think for yourself. That's your number one problem. You were too stupid to think for yourself, and you let a religion and you let your parents do all the thinking for you. You're dumb. That's why. So at least if you're over the age of 50, 60, at least be real with these young girls. Tell these young girls to stop being stupid like you. Tell them to educate themselves so they're not out here with some stupid superstitions that make them nothing but a doormat for the whole world. Tell them to get away from their mother. Tell them to get a passport. Tell them to travel. Tell them to get away from these miserable black men who are still slaves, who are beneath white men, and who at every turn will demean the black woman because he has never been able to measure up to white masculinity. Tell these young girls the truth. Tell them to get out of America and get as far away from these miserable black men as possible, or they will end up miserable, having bad views of men, living with your mother, looking ugly because you don't know how to attract a man because you don't have any example of what a good man is because you never got out of America. And some of you all will not just simply get up here and teach people what you know because you don't want to be honest. And then you get mad at younger generations for daring to make a TikTok and teach people how to eat healthy or teach girls how to do makeup or whatever. You're mad at other people for using social media to try and share knowledge with people, whatever. And you people with the real wisdom, you won't get up here and teach it because you're too embarrassed at how stupid you have been. At least let it be worth something. Tell people the truth about how you will end up if you do not make better decisions in life. Because that's where a lot of y'all are. Over the age of 60, still living with your mother. And you're probably blessed if you still have your mother as a resource. As bad as the economy and as bad as the world is, and as bad as poverty is and is rising. But at the end of the day, all this social media and all this influencers and all this stuff is, it's not reality. It's not reality. When you shut it off, you get out here in the real world, you are responsible for making friends. You're responsible for who you date, for who you have children with. You're responsible for these things. No one else is responsible for this stuff, y'all. So stop associating with people who are going to get you so comfortable in life that you're going to make stupid decisions and never achieve your highest ambition. That's what you're here for. You're here to accomplish your highest ambition. You know? Otherwise, what is you doing? So, another thing that I'm really sick of, people stop acting like you don't know how to tap your card to pay. Stop acting like you don't know how to use the machine. You don't, there's no Oscar, there's no Grammy, there's no award, and there is no discount for you acting like you don't know how to press a tip percentage or press no tip and then tap your card to pay. There's no award for acting like you don't know how to use these machines. I promise you, you will not win an Oscar. So stop acting like you don't know how to use the machine and just tap your card. Have your card ready. If you're at a public place, and or namely if you're at my bar in the line waiting, have your card out. Don't get up there and act like I'm finna give you a fucking consultation. I'm at work, you're at a venue, have your card ready and pay. If you act like you all know how to be in public. And a lot of young people don't have a problem doing this, but for some reason people who are like 50 and older, or some of you all are in your 40s but you like to act old because you think you get some social perks for acting stupid and incompetent. And a lot of you all have gone through life getting by playing dumb so much that you put on this act in every instance. And people don't allow people to drain your energy by acting like they're incompetent. This is a disease, this is a sickness, this is something that people do. Oh, I got some honey right there. This is people put on this act as if they're incompetent, they don't know how to do something, they need to be shown how to do things, and it's energy vampirism. And again, if you're being paid to give people service, you have to give people service. You got to do your job. But I want my followers to really recognize how false people live their life. How every action, everything that comes out of their mouth, even to how they wear, what they dress, everything about a lot of these people out here is false. They're not being themselves. They're not being real. They're putting on an act, and they believe that, you know, I'll put it like this. You come to my there's no discount for acting like you don't know how to use the tap machine. You can go get cursed by a real witch for trying to play with my energy. But you won't win an Oscar. And I want people to understand that there are people who go through life because they have been rewarded. They have been given positive affirmations. They manipulated people their whole life by acting like they can't do anything. And I'll prove it to you. Research that homeless person who you give money to on the corner, who's not an angel in disguise, who's really just a well earning person who's disguised as a homeless person. Do some research, look at some of these documentaries. That person is probably making, could be up to 50,000 more per year than you're making by going to work. By begging and acting like they can't work, acting like they have a mental disorder, acting like life was so hard for them that they have to beg you for money because their life got so bad for them that they're now on the corner desolate with nothing and they need your money. Those people are making more, up to $50,000 more than you are per year by going to work, being on time, and doing your best. So recognize that most people are that homeless person begging on the corner. That's the majority of Americans. The majority of, let me take America out of this. This ain't got nothing to do with America. The majority of human beings are that person. Maybe it is America. I don't want to speak for everywhere else. But that's just how people are in America. Most people are okay acting like they can't do anything, so you will do the work for them. And most of those people are your friends, are your mother, sometimes your children. If you're one of these toxic mothers who has nothing better to do than to coddle your adult child, so they never actually leave the nest and you're never lonely, because you're probably single mothers. Most of your They ended up a single mother because they had a mental disorder. They thought it was a good idea to have a baby by some random dude. That's why they're a single mother. They thought it was a good idea to try and trap this guy that any woman could have, that every woman was having, but they wanted to be the one to control this man who was having sexual relationships with multiple women, so they had his baby. Very few single mothers are single mothers because they were divorced or because their husband died or because he got locked up, which is the case, which I do know, and I see that struggle. But most single mothers are single mothers because they have a mental disorder. And to this day, their children, namely their sons, but a lot of you daughters, you end up single mothers too, because your single mother's a single mother and she passed on her mental disorder to you and you thought living that way was normal. Your mother is mentally ill. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to say it. These are mentally sick women. And you don't deal with a man who is tied and wrapped up to his mentally sick mother. And you don't let people be these energy vampires. Don't let people let you do all the work in life and they get by being your mom, by being your best friend, by being whatever they call themselves to you. And these people are not making it out here in life. And the only thing they got going for them is the fact that they know you. Cut these people off. If the only thing somebody got going for them is the fact that they're your friend, that's not your friend. That is an energy vampire. And y'all need to recognize this before the new year. It has been leap year. This has been a very excellent year. And I mean that literally. I have excelled at a lot of things. I have reaped a lot of rewards and benefits of work that I've done over the years, and I've gotten the motivation. But these here, the things that I mentioned, are the things that have been bothering me. And I hope you all recognize in your life too, this is your permission to cut off anything that does not deserve to be with you in the golden years of your life, when you have the biggest blessings, when you have the most wealth, when you have the healthiest relationship with a man or a woman. There's a lot of people who don't deserve to be in this new phase in your life. There are people who have not done the work to become an adult. They have not done the work to be mature. They have not done the work to be a peaceful individual to where they bring peace to other people. And that's what I'm saying about protecting your peace. This is what we are doing. We are protecting our peace by traveling and figuring out what area in the world we genuinely feel the most at peace at, where we can have a happy retirement. We're paying attention to our bodies when we're getting ready to do something. Is our body all of a sudden so drained and so heavy and so tired that we feel like we can't even move to leave the house? Pay attention. And sometimes you guys feel you just got to go to work that day and you're afraid of this, that. No, when your body's like that, you need to call in sick. Your body's telling you today's not a good day to leave the house. More importantly, your body's saying this event that you want to go to, or something at work today, or something, or maybe you're in a toxic work environment or there's one coworker there that particular day, but pay attention to your body because it's letting you know, I don't, this is not healthy for me. This event is not healthy. Going to see this particular movie or going out with this particular person who I made plans with, and now your body just feels so drained and it's such a struggle to get dressed and everything. Your body's saying it does not want to be around that person. Stop picking up the phone for everyone. If you're busy doing something, you're busy doing something. You should not be Pavlov affected by your phone. Look it up if you didn't take third grade science. The Pavlov effect, where any ring and you just responding to that stimulus, that stimulation of the phone ring and that stimulation of a text message. Learn to turn off your notifications and take time to yourself. Stop responding to everyone who calls. There's nothing that says I'm lonely and I'm miserable like a person who has to answer the phone for everyone. Anyone who calls, they get a phone call. They'll answer the phone. Anytime this person calls, I'm going to answer the phone because this person is more important than me and my safety and my sanity and my peace of mind. There's some people where they'll be driving, but that one person that calls, their mama could call, anyone could call, and they'll answer no matter what, just because they've made that person what they're going to be loyal to. They've made that person their God in life. They have no goals. They have no ambition. So I'm just going to make this person what I answer to. Find a God to answer to. Find some morals to answer to. Stop answering to anyone who calls. Something is wrong with some of y'all. That y'all, you can't stop answering the phone. You can't focus on what you're doing. What is you doing? And why are you answering the phone for everyone? If you're not a salary position where you are on call all the time because you're a high salary position and you're the CEO of something, what is you doing? Y'all are not governing your life. You guys out here acting and thinking like little infantile ass babies. And all of you all who behave like this, you have a single toxic mother who's still in your life, who you act like you're so good friends with, and this, and that, and you all are failing. You are failing to achieve your goals. I know this for a fact. I know it, and I need you all to know it. All right. Set your goals and stick to it. Cut out alcohol. Cut out friends with addictions. Cut out friends who have family drama. Cut out friends who are in a toxic relationship and they're always arguing with their boyfriend or their girlfriend and invoking that negative energy in the body and everything. Cut out your friends who have nothing but drama going on. Hang out with people who have money. Hang out with people who are carefree. Hang out with people who are happily married. Hang out with people who love their children and invest all their time and energy into making sure that their children are happy and healthy. Hang out with people that love their children. Hang out with people that go to church. Hang out with people who are happy. Hang out with people who bring peace and love and money and donations to other people who have less than they have. Hang out with good people. Stop being around demons. There's no excuse for it. Stop answering the phone to everyone that calls. Stop spending hours talking to your friend about bullshit when you could have um, painted something that you can sell for $3,000 at the next opportunity you have to sell your artwork. Stop hanging out with stupid people who want to sit around and watch stupid stuff on Netflix or whatever they want to do when you can spend that time going to business meetings and getting your business up and running and making a new product, or you can spend the hours that it takes to just promote one thing across your social media platforms. It's your responsibility. And I don't know how else to say it. Stupid is as stupid does. And most of you all are just dumb and stupid because you refuse to do better and get a new group of friends. And it's been bothering me. Once your friend shows you that they would do it with your spouse, with your date, with your boyfriend or girlfriend, once a friend shows you that they're going to move or rotate funny around your lover, once your friend shows you, once your friend or family member shows you, yeah, I'd fuck your man, I'd fuck your girl. Once they show you, once you get any inkling, once they move funny, once they send them a friend's request, start following them on Instagram and this, that. If you're without you warranting it, without being about you, without you saying, hey, this person's going to be in my life. We should all get to know each other. We should all stay in contact for community reasons, for safety reasons. The once your friends start sending your lover, your spouse, your boyfriend, or girlfriend friends requests and this and that, the moment your body lets you know that your friend or someone close to you, your friend, your family member, your sister, your brother, whatever, would sleep with your man or sleep with your woman or wants to, and is doing certain things like that, you have to understand that's not how friends and family behave. That's not how people behave. When you love someone as a friend, when you love your sibling, when you love your friend, your family member, you don't want what they have. You want them to be happy. You don't want what they have. The moment someone shows you that they want what it's not normal to want what someone else has. It's not normal to, like, you can look at a movie star and they're playing a role and you could be sexually attracted to them. But you're sexually attracted to that role that they're playing too. And you can meet somebody who is presenting themselves as single and you could be attracted to them because in your head they're single, they're available, they have this like superhero vibe, they're like there's this sex symbol. But it's not normal to be attracted to someone who you know is sharing energy with someone else, especially someone you don't like. For example, black women, most black women, the moment we see a black man with a woman who is not black, he's ugly to us because we're seeing who he is inside by the fact that he still wants to be in a slave master slave scenario. We're seeing his need to be dominated. And we see, oh, no matter how good he looks, he's a weak man mentally. He wants a white woman to drag him around like Uncle Tom's Cabin. And that's how we feel about him. That goes for attraction in general. You can like someone, but the moment you see that, oh, he's handicapped. Oh, they're retarded. Oh, he's broke. Oh, he's living with his mom. Oh, he's sleeping with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a man is sleeping with a woman and you're like, wow, she's hideous, you're gonna be like, something's wrong with that man. That woman is a reflection of him, and you're gonna be like, he may look good, but he's mentally, something's wrong with him, and you're not gonna want him anymore. That same thing goes for wanting to sleep with your friends, whatever. That's not a normal desire. This is something that happens when you want to be your friend. You want to be that person. That's you don't really want to sleep with that man so much as you want to be your friend. And you have to recognize the difference between someone being sexually attracted to someone and someone wanting to be you and coming after what you have, which is wanting your purse, wanting your job, wanting your man. And it starts with, oh, what color lipstick is that? Where did you get that from? Where did you get those shoes? Instead of, man, I really like your outfit. But that those questions, where did you get that? Where did you get this? Where did you get that? You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. You have to be careful giving away your personality to people to anyone who flatters you. And the moment you recognize that someone close to you that you consider a friend is really jealous of you and wants what you have, cut them off. And the first one of the first ways to recognize that, if they want your lover, they don't want to they don't they're not as sexually attracted to your lover as they are to as so much as it's a desire to be you and compete with you. It's not normal to want to have sex with someone else's. It's normal to want what for you. The only time that's normal is when you're watching a movie or a music video or there's a celebrity and you're fantasizing about this image that's being projected. And so understand the difference between a fantasy and reality. In reality, nobody wants their friends to sleep with their friends' leftovers unless they are fantasizing about what it's like to, gee, I wonder what it's like to be chastity. I wonder what it's like to be a skinny black girl who looks like this and talks like this. I'm gonna let me come after this man that she's with, because then I'm if I get her man to sleep with me, then I'm equal to her or I'm better than her. And that was my whole goal, is to prove to myself that I'm equal or greater than chastity. Recognize that. Don't let that shit slide, y'all. Do not let your friends coming at your lover slide. All right? If you do, I warned you. It's happened. Women who let their friends come in their life and play around and flirt with their husbands and everything, your husband will leave you for your friend, showing her ass to him and flirting with him and everything. You women don't really give men enough credit for being demonic and weak. You really give men, you really hold men to such high regard. And I feel bad for you women, because you had great fathers and brothers and you don't know nothing about men. And that's like the wisdom of the prostitute. A lot of my brand is about that. And Shira 7, the sprinkle sprinkle, a lot of women are flocking to that because they've never had a woman, a real woman, teach them about men. Your mothers didn't teach you nothing. You got most of you women, your mothers are dumb as a doorknob and utterly worthless. She's taught you nothing about life. And you women are dumb. You are nothing without your husbands. You are absolutely nothing without your husbands or without the role of a mother. A lot of you women are worthless to this society. You are. You have nothing to offer this society without your husband and without the babies that you had by him. Your husband is your entire identity, because your mother taught you nothing about womanhood. She taught you how to be with a man. And Shira 7 is kind of teaching that, but at the end of the day, there's a lot, you can learn a lot more than gold digging. And a lot of women just are too dumb to know about men, or you had such an easy life that you never had the opportunities or experiences to learn how wicked men are. And you hold men to these high regards, and you don't understand. A man will leave you for your sister. A man will sleep with your daughter. He will touch your daughter. All right? He'll touch your son. A man will marry you and be homosexual. All right? A man will marry you just to make sure you don't cheat on him. And then he'll get you pregnant, and he will sleep with every single woman that his heart desires, knowing that you can't leave him because you're too stupid and too ugly to go out and make it in this world on your own. You're too insecure. And most men will marry you because he knows that he can trap you at home, he can sleep with any woman, and if he goes and wants to sleep with a woman like me and I say no, he can still come home to you. A lot of you women have got to be more wise, and you have got to stop holding men in such high regard. I don't know how else to say it. Some of you women are really, really dumb. And you have no standards for who comes into your life and what they bring to your life. And you allow anyone to come into your life and ruin your peace. And beauty comes with us being stress-free, and going to work and paying your bills. That gives you peace of mind. Don't listen to these women that want to live a soft life and think having a husband makes them live a soft life. Because a lot of these women who talk about this soft life and stuff, their life is so soft that they're overweight, and they're gonna have to spend their whole soft marriage on a weight loss journey because their husband's doing all the hard work. Or don't get with these women fantasizing about what a soft life is. A soft life is having the peace of mind, knowing that no one's cheating on you, no one's bringing diseases back to you, that your bills are paid, and that you work to pay your own bills, and that you're not relying on someone who probably doesn't even like you and is not really supporting of you to pay bills because you don't want to be single. Not paying 50-50 for a man who will cheat on you. He will cheat on you. He wants 50-50 so you can sustain his lifestyle, so he can cheat on you. Black men look at black women as mothers. And he will go with non-black women once you sign up to be his mother through marriage. He's going to go with the non-black women that he actually wants and can't afford. Black men with money, the only reason they have money is because they want white women. Black men who like black women are broke because they don't hold black women in high regard. So black men that love black women, they're always broke because they figure, yeah, I love black women, but black women aren't worth anything. If a black man desires non-black women, he will become rich. That's his whole motivation. The only reason a black man is out here becoming rich is because he wants to be with a woman who's not black. No black man who really loves black women is out here trying to make money. He's out here trying to convince black women to sleep with him. I hope y'all understand the formula. So it's like, a lot of you women, wise up. Stop holding men to such high regard. You don't understand. Men don't like women. Black men hate black women. That's how this world is. Go where you're appreciated. Black women, stop arguing with black men. Go where you are appreciated. Go where you're loved. That's what black men are doing. Don't argue with them about it. You do the same. Leave America. Divest. Get away from your toxic mother and get away from your other black female friends who are not doing better in life. Black men. Stop hanging around black men who hate black women. Do better. Learn to love black women and have some dignity about yourself. Or go to another country and try your luck, be broke and black in another country. Y'all so pathetic. But I am gonna pull a card. I think that I've mentioned the bulk of the things that I wanted to talk about. If there's anything bothering anyone, let me know. Pull up a quick card. Okay, hold Okay. Ten of Hearts. Yes. All right. That's Grand Bois. So that's gonna be the rain of forest. That's gonna be rainforest vibes. Ten of Hearts. So that's rainforest vibes, very tropical. The message I'm getting is, for someone watching, um, or for those who may be resonating, it's time to book a vacation somewhere tropical, somewhere humid. It's time to do a retreat, to go on a retreat. It could be a healing retreat, or it could just be a retreat where you're going to be meeting new people. Maybe it's for someone single. Um, you have to start trying new ways of dating. Start going on things where you're going to meet people who enjoy doing what you enjoy doing. So definitely get with the rainforest, get with I'm getting rainforest, I'm getting Brazil, I'm getting Jamaica, tropical islands. I'm getting the need for some of you to use humidity and a humidifier. You need to use some essential oils. Lavender is always great for calming and relaxing, which is naturally, sleep is naturally going to heal you and regenerate and rejuvenate. But maybe um, some different oils that will help recharge you and get you in a meditative state, like frankincense, myrrh, some cypress, some cedarwood, pine, especially now the Christmassy coming up, all these evergreen pine, a lot of these trees and nuts and different leaves that come, after the fall, that are significant in winter, um, especially in the Americas. Start thinking about oils to put in your humidifier. Um, that's gonna help you meditate. That's gonna help you get into your trance. That's gonna help you get better sleep. Turn off your Wi-Fi. Create a natural environment. Um, some of you all need to do a real spiritual retreat. Do like do bathing rituals in like an actual pond, or a actual like a steamy pond, or I'm thinking like, like something you'll find in the middle of the forest, or just like a nice a water basin, that's slightly heated up, which often occurs because of volcanic activity. But um think about think about tropical humidity, and using that as a way to clear your sinuses, as a way to keep the air in your room, in your home, fresh. um and sweat. The last thing about the Ten of Hearts: steaming and sauna. Some of you, if you cannot book a vacation and you don't have access to like a forest or a rainforest where you can go on a hike and go to a nice warm pond or something, book a session at a bathhouse, or a health club that has a steam and sauna, where you can stay in the steam and sauna for like an hour and sweat out your toxins. So sweating is going to be very important in healing the body, and that's what this Ten of Cups: sweating and peace of mind, sweating, meditation, and bathing, for creating a temple environment through creating a tropical environment. That's going to be very important for keeping our peace. And the ten of hearts, that is a card of peace. It's about being at peace and being in a place in life where you've accomplished, you've achieved. And it's a card of retirement, but it's also being emotionally at peace, and emotionally retired in a place where you're just really satisfied with what you've accomplished. So that's what this is about, finding the best ways to become satisfied with your life, as you get older, becoming satisfied, becoming accomplished, and finding peace in life, which is really the ultimate goal. And having that peace of mind of knowing that you didn't sit up and let your toxic mother wrinkle up the best years of your life, that you actually got out into the world and pursued your goals and became of service to other people and made other people's lives better from being such a valuable individual. That's the real flex. So, yeah. Ten of Cups. So again, listen, learn, like, subscribe. Follow me on IG at the Black High Priestess, and go ahead and get on my Etsy and blackhighpriestess.etsy.com, and check out my shop and book your oracle consultation. So we can, get you aligned with your goals for the new year. Peace and love.